Hi everyone, this is Julia from Songsbrew, and I recently had a chance to talk with new raising artist Rosemarie. You may know her from songs like Aftertaste, Henny Talk, or Is It Real featuring Roddy Ricch. And in this interview, we're gonna talk about her journey, her inspirations, and what's next for her music. So thank you so much for listening, watching, and don't forget to subscribe to get more insights from music industry. And now let's just sit, relax, and enjoy the interview. Thank you so much for doing this interview with me. I'm Julia. I'm from Songsbrew. We provide music newsletter about music trends and raising artists and everything that you can learn about music. And I'm really excited and happy to do this interview. And what I love about your music is how fearless it is, both emotionally and creatively. I really love it. And today I'd like to dive into that honesty, these emotions, and the process behind it all. And I also bet that this must feel amazing to come so far to do interviews. So
Mm.
at the beginning,
Mm.
I'd like you to ask, how does it look like from your perspective? How does it feel like, and what it means to you?
Yeah, so first of all, thank you so much for all the kind words. I really appreciate it. I feel like it's never not like crazy for me to hear. You know what I mean? I think because my journey with music has been so like unique, I always say that I feel like music really chose me and has its like grips on me because no matter how far or wide or no matter how many other things I've tried to do, somehow music has always grabbed me and pulled me back in. So that's not to say that it hasn't been a difficult, crazy journey, but it's for sure rewarding in a way that I don't think I could ever put into words because I feel like whenever you're passionate about something, and especially with me, I guess I'm going into how music, how the honesty and depth reflects in my music. And I feel like that's because um, music to me has always been a constant in my life. I feel like since I was a kid, I grew up just with an extremely unpredictable like world. I feel like I faced a lot of challenges that, you know, are just not, I don't think are that average to kids, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
of course, everybody has their own story. But what I'm saying is that I feel like music to me has always been there for me when nothing else has. So I feel like it allowed me to like find a way to find comfort, find solace, find a constant, find something that was always there, find a way of like coping, right? So then as I got older, I think naturally it just came to me to where, to me specifically, I've always had an issue, not an issue necessarily, but I've always felt more comfortable writing things out and writing things down to sort of
Mhm.
organize my thoughts before I speak. Or I've always been better at writing out things to express myself. Um, so of course, I feel like music is goes hand in hand with that, and poetry, and just expressing yourself in those ways. So I think it's really important for me, and it comes most natural to me to make music whenever I feel like I'm trying to say something that I can't say otherwise, you know? I think the older I've gotten and the more work I've done on myself and healing and expressing myself, I think I'm a lot better at it. But I think with music, it's just always been that for me. So I think now, present day, something that I've really been working on is like to make music for fun because I feel like I have the habit of always feeling like I need to convey a clear message or convey this like big feeling with music. And within the last few years, I've kind of tried to allow myself to have more fun and to let it be, not just sad all the time, or not whenever I just feel like I need to like have this cathartic experience. Like it's okay to have like a range and a spectrum within music. Um, so yeah, I think that's from when I was a kid till now, till present time, how my relationship with music has kind of
Well,
changed and is always changing.
this is amazing because that was like a whole life journey, you know? So yeah, but I think that's amazing. And now we can rewind it a little bit to my first actual question of the interview because that was like a little bit of small talk that I wanted to make.
Yeah,
What was your first creative project that you felt that I'm actually doing this?
project that I felt like I'm actually doing this.
Was it something like that, or it was just like it just came to you from nowhere?
I think as far as like I'm doing this in what way? Like how? Like as I'm putting like I'm actually doing music, or like
Like you're
on like a
actually
bigger scale.
deciding to go for it, like
Oh,
totally.
okay, great. Yeah, I
Yeah.
have a very core memory and a very core moment. So it was October of 2016.
Oh, that's a long time
And
ago.
yeah, and so I've done music on and off my entire life, I would say. I've always sang. My family is super musically inclined. I've been surrounded by music probably since I was like in my mom's belly. Um, but when that point came in my life, I was like, you know what? I'm going to try to give music a full effort, because then I can't like live my life with regret and thinking that I didn't try, right? Like it's so important to me. And it's just, like I said, it's always been like in my orbit, right? So I'm like, I need to, in my heart, feel like I tried to give it an honest effort to be able to like die happy, essentially. You know what I mean? Like I can't
Yeah.
live with that on my conscience. So my daughter was probably about like 2.5 or 3 years old at the time, about to be three. And I was just like, wow, like I say this a lot, and I feel like being a parent, being a mom is like probably the hardest job in the world.
Yeah, I
So
agree.
at this point, I have a couple years of like being a mom under my belt, and I'm like, if I can be a mom, like I should fear nothing else in this world. Like, literally, that gave me the strength, I feel like, and also like just being like, how can I tell my daughter that she can do whatever it is that she wants to do, that she can follow her dreams, and I'm not like staying true to that myself, you know? So, October 2016, at this point, all the people who I knew that did music before had gone off and like found actual, I won't say actual careers, but like, you know, like ended up doing other things. And um and there was one person I knew who was still working in music, and I reached out to him and I was like, look, like I want to do this, I need your help. And he sent me some beats that he had made, and I wrote the first song that I released on SoundCloud in 2016 called The Gray. And he helped me record it, he helped mix it, he made the cover art for me. Like he shout out to John Russo, because literally I would not even, my the trajectory of my career would be completely different if it weren't for him, because he really like pioneered me in my early days of my career, because I just had literally no idea what I was doing. I just had a dream and I just knew I wanted to do music. But as far as logistics wise and making the beats and mixing everything and getting it uploaded, getting it on like distributors and all that kind of stuff, like he had all that know-how. Um, but yeah, October 2016, I put my foot down and I was like, I'm gonna do this. And then within like 2 years, I signed to my independent label, Bird Vision, after like gaining some traction on social media through some SoundCloud releases, through some covers that a couple covers I had went viral. Um, and then I signed with Interscope in 2020, and the journey continues.
This is really inspiring, actually.
Thank
And I love
you.
your attitude that you decided to take every effort that you could to make your dreams come true as well and to be an
Thank you.
inspiration for your daughter. This is amazing.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
this is really amazing because I think that these are the moments that kind of shows from where all this fire come from as well.
For
So
sure.
this
For
is
sure.
amazing. And
Thank you.
you've also mentioned that you've been through a lot, and we know that there are like a lot of moments that may not be glamorous, but they shape you in some kind of way. So, what was the toughest moment you had in your life or during your career that you think that shaped you?
Mm. I think, wow, there's so many tough moments. I don't mean to sound that way, but I'm like, it's hard to choose one particular. I
You can choose
think,
a lot of them if you want to.
I, I think the most notable thing in my life that maybe might not have anything to do with the music, but that I feel like changed me forever was I lost my mom when I was young. So I lost my mom to cancer when I was freshly she passed away a month after I turned 13. And so I feel like that shaped me and changed me indefinitely, essentially, right? And it changed the way I perceive things, it changed the way I interact with the world, the way that I perceive the world. Um, so I feel like now obviously I can understand and try to find the silver lining in anything that has happened really, but I feel like it's made me strong and it's made me, just like I said, I think it's given me a strength in perceiving things a certain way that I'm not sure I would have had I not had to go through those things, right? Um, so I feel like then moving on, um, I think personally, to be completely transparent with you, I'm in a very difficult place of my life and my career currently as we speak, you know. I think I'm like right on like the edge of like feeling like I've accomplished so much and feeling like I've accomplished nothing at all, you know, where
Yeah, I
it's
know what
like,
you mean.
yeah, so it's like it's a very like slippery slope. And some days I look at the glass half full and some days I look at the glass half empty. And I feel like both days I just try to be grateful, you know, either way. But I think consistently the music industry is a very tough, tough place. And that's not to discourage like up and coming artists or artists that are inspiring or want to do this. I just think you have to have a certain like tenacity of like you can't give up because it's so easy to want to give up. And I think one thing that I can really credit is like my team and the people around me that really help keep me going because I want to give up all the time. Like I'm not gonna lie to you. Like it's not this is a tough place to be in. But I feel like as tough as it is, the rewards and the feeling that you get from it and just the ability to do something that I feel like is so magical. I don't know how to explain it. I feel like making music is such a magical thing, like, right? Like we just write these songs and make these sounds and like and then it just connects with people. And I
Yeah,
think
that's
that's
true.
so like it's literally like magic. It's like spiritual. It's like and so I feel like the ability to get to do that in whatever capacity that I get to do it in, it's always very like special to me no matter what, you know, and I try to keep that at the forefront of my mind. But yeah, there's been a lot of difficult moments. I guess just the main thing, like I said, is just like feeling like you're getting somewhere and then feeling like you take two steps back and then feeling like, you know, you could be a little bit further, but then also appreciating that you have gotten further than you were a couple years ago. So it's like this crazy like dance and like mind game perception thing. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah, on
So
and off. Toxic
yeah, so I think
relationship.
that's a perfect way to describe it, a toxic relationship. But yeah,
Yeah.
so I feel like that's just life in general, like
Yeah.
sometimes you're gonna feel the highs and sometimes you're gonna feel the lows. I feel like that'll never change, whether it's
Yeah.
in my career, whether it's in life in general. It's just part of the natural flow of things, I
Yeah,
guess.
emotional roller coaster.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, is there anything that you're doing now that future you would be proud of, but current you finds a little bit uncomfortable or risky?
Oh my gosh, yeah. This is such an interesting set of questions. I feel like um I'm how can I answer this? Let me give me a moment to think how I
Okay.
want to verbalize what it is that I want to say. Um, I think future me would be proud of not giving up and of rising to the challenges that I find myself in and to trying to use the like hardships, I guess, as like fuel to keep me going. Um, because yeah, it's a I'm like trying not to I don't know how to I wish I had somebody on the call to like tell can I tap you in? Can you help me out, figure out what it is I want to say? But yeah, I think future me would be proud that I just didn't give up. I think if nothing else, because obviously like you can't get to where you're going if you give up. Right.
Yeah,
So
that's
it's
true.
like regardless of how it looks on the journey there, like you're never gonna get there if you give up. And I feel like I know I keep saying that, but I think it's so much easier said than done. Because
Yeah,
whenever
that's
you're
definitely true.
whenever you're like in the trenches of like just being distraught and just trying to figure things out, it's a lot easier said than done. So yeah, I think pushing past the challenges that I'm facing, that I faced, um, trying to you know, meet myself there and giving myself grace while I'm like trying to navigate all these things. Um, I would hope that yeah, future me will be proud and happy that I kept going,
Yeah, I think she
that I
will
didn't
be.
give up. Thank
She will.
you.
Okay, you said that music is magical and spiritual, so now we can uh, go into how this magic actually happens because
Yeah,
it's not just talent, it's also a whole process of it. So,
yeah.
what's your creative process look like from the idea to a whole release? So how does
Yeah,
it look
so
like?
that's a great question. That's a fun one. So I feel like conceptually, so the a song can come about a couple different ways. My most favorite songs have come about like sporadically, where I feel like it's almost like the song is like already existing in like the atmosphere, and because it's just so easy to write it, it comes about in such like a seamless, like effortless way that it's like, wow, it's hard to explain. But normally I listen to an instrumental, I listen to a beat. Sometimes I have a concept in mind. Most times I'll do what we call a top line, which is where you just sort of sing some melodies over, and then essentially you write words to those melodies. And obviously, if I'm working with co writers or whatever, we'll take turns doing that. Or if anybody has any ideas to bring to the table, that's sort of the time. Um, and yeah, then moving on to obviously then recording the song, Nine times out of 10, it's a very small group of people. I don't like to have a lot of people in my sessions because I feel like I can't like lock in, like I can't like mess up or like explore. Like, so a lot of times it's just me, my engineer. Shout out to my engineer, John. He's amazing, incredible, the best. And just maybe one or two other people, if even that. But a lot of times it's just my engineer and I. And then then I'll send the song to my management, to a couple other different people, and kind of get their thoughts, their notes on it. And then I might have another session to like go in and make small changes or polish things or add some background vocals here or change this or add this. And then moving on to then the visual, I particularly have a huge part in create like creative direction in photos and videos and all of that kind of stuff. So I put a mood board together for my team with colors, with styling inspo, with hair inspo, with makeup inspo.
I love it.
And then thank you. And then I kind of like build out what it is that I see as like the vision of this particular thing. And then I have the greatest team because then they're able to have people in mind who can help execute that. And then we'll have meetings with those people. And then if it fits and if we feel like everybody is on the same sort of wavelength, then we'll move forward and then we'll have the shoot and then we'll see everything come together and then still, it's such like a teamwork, like collaborative process. But it's really cool to see something get built. It's almost like building a world, like having your vision come to life. Um, so yeah, I feel like in a nutshell, that's like the quickest, most concise way I can say.
But I love the idea with mood boards and like vision boards. I love
Oh
it.
my
So
gosh,
this
yes,
is
I'm a
this
big
is
mood
amazing.
boarder. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
yeah. Literally, I make a mood board for everything.
Yeah, me
Literally everything.
too.
I
Yeah, I
love that.
love it.
Yeah.
This is the best
It's
inspiration that you could actually
yes,
write.
exactly.
Yeah.
Because then it's easier to like explain, well, it's easier to explain whenever you have like visual references, right? So it's like the vision can get executed a lot more clearly if we have all
Yeah.
all the
Okay,
stuff.
I think that this actually kind of answers my second question, but perhaps I learned something new about you. Is there any weird or unexpected part of your creative process that your fans would never guess?
Ooh, I really like this question. I don't know if it's weird or unexpected, but maybe just the part of like me being like not being, like I said, I think I like the least amount of people as possible.
Yeah.
Like I like it to be a very small, like intimate type of thing whenever I'm collaborating. Not to say that, you know, there other things haven't happened in the past because I think the more that I learn, like I definitely try to push myself out of my comfort zone because whenever I first in 2016, I was working a couple jobs. Of course, I'm a mom, so I would write music in the moments where I found time. So a lot of my music was written on the front porch of my house at like nighttime, right? And so then I moved to growing the muscle of like, okay, now music is what I do full time. So now I need to grow the muscle of like being able to walk into the studio and kind of turn that part of my brain on, right? Instead of just like writing whenever I found the time or writing a couple lines whenever inspiration hit or whatever the case is. So I feel like as time has gone on, I've definitely tried multiple different things just to like try it and figure out what where it would get me essentially. But the weirdest thing, I feel like, yeah, but I don't know if that is so unexpected. Like I feel like I give that. Like I give like I would probably be off to my corner, off to a corner by myself and like just a small group of people. But I wish I had something cooler to say.
I think the
Maybe I'm this.
mood board is the coolest thing. And
Oh,
it was
period. Okay.
unexpected.
Okay. Oh, well then I love that. Yeah. I feel like I'm extremely organized. I have a very high, high attention to detail. Like it's a superpower. And yeah, I'm extremely organized. So I think, yeah, I guess maybe that.
Yeah,
Maybe you're right. Maybe it's mood board.
yeah, it was unexpected. Yeah, that's true. Um, what inspires you the most?
I
Is there
love
any
this
pattern in
question.
it, or you just go with the flow?
No, I think I'm most inspired by like, first of all, I'm inspired by music in general. Like obviously my favorite artist, new music that I listen to from my favorite artists. I love to watch like biopics of like superstars, of like musicians, biopics in general of just important figures. Like, um, I really find inspiration really in anything. Like, I feel like through conversations, through stories that I hear from people, through the experiences that I have in my life, I feel like it's not like a crazy fun answer, but it's just genuinely the truth. Like, I think whenever you look at things through a scope of like being open to perceiving things in that way, like if you have that on in your brain, then it's really easy to just look around and be like, wow, you know,
Yeah.
people watching, watching a movie, hearing a conversation beside you or seeing something play out in front of you, or like I feel like I'm always inspired by so many different things. It's never the same thing. But I will say I take a lot of inspiration from my personal life and my personal experiences, for sure.
Yeah, that's actually makes sense and it's really amazing. Um,
Thank you.
I just got the information that we should wrap it up a little bit. I think
Not the
that
fly.
this is one of the most important questions for me that I wanted to ask you. If you could redesign the way raising artists get discovered and supported, what would you change?
Mm. Oh my gosh, this is a loaded question. What would I change?
Is there anything that you
I
would
think,
change?
yeah, I think for sure, I think the present day breakdown of like algorithms and like being discovered on social media has gotten so incredibly like particular. Um, like I think I would change the way those algorithms work because not to say that I think social media is a great tool for artists and I feel like it allows artists a lot of freedom. I feel like it allows artists a lot of exposure, but I do see the downsides firsthand of like trying to figure out this like mega machine. And it's really like daunting and like and it's also like ever changing. So once you feel like you figure something out, then it like changes again. And it's just like,
Yeah,
whoa. Um,
it's
but
messy a
I
little
will,
bit
yeah, it's so
and
messy and
frustrating
it
at the same time.
yeah, and it's like and it changes from app to app and like so I would just say that I definitely feel like not that I would have like something a little bit more consistent, I guess, in terms of like the way the algorithm shows things, but I just feel like at the front of my mind, that's something that I struggle with personally is like trying to figure social media out.
Yeah,
So I feel like it's just you just never know. I don't know how to explain it. Like it's just like a trying to figure it out all the time. But um yeah, I think that's a good place to start. I think there's so many other things I could say, but I'll leave it at that. That's
okay.
that's one that I feel like a lot of artists me particularly, I'm not a huge fan of social media. I like indulging in social media, but like
Yeah,
posting and stuff like that.
I know.
But yeah, social media. That's my answer.
Okay. Um, I think we have a little bit more time, just a little bit more time for one last question. Um,
Okay.
you've mentioned in one interview that, and today as well, that your family is very musical
Mm.
and connected to the music. What's the hardest thing about being an artist that no one warns you about?
Posting on social media. I'm just kidding. I think people think that it's just about making music, and although that's true to an extent, it's so many other parts. Like it's more than just making music. It's um, being a creative director. It's being a social media manager. It's being an influencer. It's being uh, uh, a I don't know,
Everything,
like a
being everything
literally,
and
it's
everyone.
literally, yeah, literally. So I think it's almost like I don't want to say like making music is like the most like fun, easy part, but it's like stupid fly keeps flying by me and it's pissing me off. Sorry.
It's
Um,
okay.
but yeah, I think it's just I don't think people expect all of the things that come with it. Like it's like learning just so many different things. Like even like, you know, speaking in interviews, like doing interviews, like answering questions and being in front of a camera and it's just so many other things that I feel like are completely like I don't think people think about that part. And I
Yeah,
think that obviously it's incredible to have a team, but still so many things
you have to
are
take care
from
of
you, the
yourself.
artist.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So
yeah,
just a lot. It's you have to have like 8 arms.
yeah, exactly, like a spider.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay. This was amazing interview actually, and the conversation with you. I learned so much, and
Yeah,
thank you for opening up about your
cool.
mom and family stuff as well. That was
Oh,
like
yeah.
really heart-taking, I think.
Oh,
And I'm very
thank
emotional
you.
person, so I'm like, yeah,
Oh,
it's
no.
so cute that you could actually speak about it. And I think most people don't know that being an artist is not that easy as it seems.
Yeah, no. Yeah, thank you so much for listening. I feel like sometimes I tend to talk in circles, but I get to the point. So thank you for
Yeah, I do the
being
same, so
patient.
don't worry.
I over explain. At least you'll have way more to work with than not enough to work with, right?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. We will have a lot
So
of
yeah.
clips.
Yes, yes. So
The
thank you
funny
so
ones as
much.
well.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate the opportunity. I had a lot of fun speaking with you. Your
Me
questions were
too.
really great. A couple of them I literally didn't even know how to answer, but I love
Yeah,
that.
I tried my best.
No, you did incredible. You did so great.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It was
Of
really nice
course.
talking to you.
Of
And good
course.
luck with your
Likewise.
career. I hope I'll
Thank
see another
you.
release very, very soon because I love Aftertaste. It's on my playlist, by the way.
Period. Thank you
Yeah,
so much. I
yeah, it's
appreciate it.
and I love listening to the song. It's like calming me down. I don't know why, but it's like so chill.
I love that. Okay, that's what we want. That's what we want. Thank you
Yeah, so
so
I'm looking
much. I
forward to more
appreciate it.
songs like this.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much.
Of
Um,
course.
Sophia,
Is
I don't
anybody
know.
else gonna hop on? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know
Yeah.
if I should just
Okay.
like,
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm
no,
like, do
you
I
guys
say
are
bye?
no, you guys are totally good. Yeah, you can leave, but thank you, Rosemary, so, so, so much. Julia, you're amazing. Your questions are great, girl, and I love all of your
Killed it.
answers, Rosemary. Literally,
Oh,
like,
thank
thank you
you.
so much for opening up, like, and just being so, like,
Mm.
raw and genuine and honest and just, like, learning so much and, like, I just love your song, your tone, like your vibe. It's just like
And your
amazing. And like,
honesty, this is amazing.
yeah, I think we can speak
Thank
for
you so much.
everyone when we say that everyone, you know, a part of 1824 and also all of our outlets just like love your music, love your songs. So
Thank
if you
you so
ever, you
much.
know, yeah, exactly. If you ever feel like, you know, you're like, I know you talked about like, you know, wondering if it's worth it to make this music. It definitely is because, you know, you have people that are really impacted by this and want to like interview you like
Mm.
Julia. So it's just like
Wow,
amazing to
thank
see
you
it.
so much. Thank you. Thank you so
Yeah,
much. I needed
of
to hear this
course.
today,
You're
guys.
doing a great job,
No,
so
we
you
got,
do you, and it's
yeah,
gonna be fine.
Thank
yeah.
you. Thank you guys so
Well,
much. I
of
appreciate you.
course, of course. Well, on that note, I'll let you go. I'm the host of this meeting, so I'll end it. But thank you so much,
Okay.
Rosemary. Thank you, Julia.
Thank
Thank
you
you
so
All
both.
much.
right.
Thank you so much.
Bye,
It was a pleasure.
guys.
Bye.
Of
Thank
course.
Bye.
you.
Bye. Bye.